All right, good Monday morning, everybody. We are live on Facebook and social media this morning. It's the first day of April, and we're looking ahead to April-like weather. Temperatures will be warm, it'll be humid, it'll be spring-like, and also the chance and opportunity at seeing a few thunderstorms in the area. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. But first, totality. And 1 week from today will be the total solar eclipse. Hopefully the cloud cover and the weather cooperates. As of now, I think we'll see at least a little bit of cloud cover next Monday. Otherwise, you can see here's a path of totality. If you're watching from Eagle Pass, Uvalde, Lakey, Bandera, Kerrville, Fredericksburg, along that red line, that'll be the middle of the totality, or in other words, the longest amount of time under the moon's shadow. So that'll be the places to be, right? Anywhere in, southwestern Uvalde, Bandera, everyone's going to Kerrville and Fredericksburg. A lot of people, a lot of folks are flying out and into San Antonio, traveling up into the hill country 1 week from today. So it's going to be a busy next few days as tourists and people are traveling all from across the country, across the world, all the way to South Texas and across the state as well. But yeah, Kerrville, Fredericksburg, really going to be the focal point for people to really move into the area and start to see the total eclipse next Monday. And totality will be around 1:30 in the afternoon around San Antonio. Around the metro, Leon Valley, about 1 minute and 50 seconds, 2.5 minutes for areas like Helotes, Timberwood Park, Fair Oaks Ranch. And if you're watching from southeast San Antonio, you'll technically see a partial eclipse, so not a total solar eclipse. So that's something to keep in mind. It will be dim, but when you still have 1 to 2 to 3% of the sun still showing, that's still pretty bright because the sun is so powerful and so bright. So to really see the darkness, the dimness, the twilight shadow of the moon's shadow over South Texas, you really want to go northwest or towards the hill country for the best viewing next Monday on April 8th for the total solar eclipse. Outside right now it is cloudy. Temperatures are pretty mild. They really haven't budged all that much in the 70s and 60s. David, will there be rain next Monday? I've seen a long range of 30% yet. So that's what we've been monitoring the trends, like the GFS, the European model. They've both been suggesting cloud cover next Monday. The European model is more aggressive on bringing rain in. The GFS, not so much. So we'll have to monitor the trends. Obviously, things could change between now and Thursday, now and Friday. So we don't really get a good cloud cover forecast until pretty much 3 days out. Looking ahead next Monday, it's pretty much a coin toss at this point. It's 50-50. And hopefully, if we do see cloud cover, there'll be enough breaks in the sky to see the solar eclipse next Monday. But right now, the trend is increasing clouds, and the European model is going for some light rain Monday. So we'll have to watch how things unfold on the forecast models. Current wind speeds, take a look. It is breezy outside. We are just a light breeze in San Antonio, 20-mile-an-hour occasional gusts, up to 31 to 35 in Fredericksburg, Gillespie County, Kerrville, Rock Springs, all seeing gusty winds on this Monday, first day of April. Today's forecast up into the mid to upper 80s in San Antonio, depending on how fast the cloud cover breaks apart around 4 and 5 p.m. That'll dictate more about how fast temperatures will respond. But the big story is this right here. After 5 and 6 p.m. will be a chance at some rain and a possibility at severe thunderstorms. Let me show you what's going on. So across the state, it's not too busy. You can see some snowfall for New Mexico, rainfall for El Paso and West Texas. This is all ahead of a boundary, a frontal system that's moving across the state. And what that will do for us is produce a chance at rain, some lift. Now, the main energy of this system is across Arizona and northern Mexico. Now, as it approaches tonight, that'll provide the upper level support for some rain and, more importantly, for the possibility at thunderstorms. Take a look. Right now, Bexar County is split. Anywhere from San Antonio to Austin really is in the level 2 out of 5. That's a slight risk for strong to severe storms. That's between about 5 p.m. and midnight tonight. Scattered activity. It's not going to be widespread, but storms that form will be capable of strong winds and, more importantly, hail. That's the highest threat on the board for this particular system moving through. Flooding, really not a concern. It's going to be a fast-moving system. All the rain should be out by about midnight. Tornadoes very low, but it is a possibility. We'll have to watch rotation. We'll watch radar. Me and Bill will be out here this evening watching and monitoring some of that activity. But again, storms that form large updrafts, and that'll form a possibility at some large hail tonight between about 6 p.m. and midnight. Right now, the models are kind of pinpointing around 7, 8, and 9 p.m. for that happening. So as a matter of fact, take a look at the high-resolution data. This is 8 p.m. tonight. So this will start out in Kerrville, Bernie, and Hondo as a line of broken thunderstorms, and then eventually moving eastward towards San Antonio around 9 and 10 p.m. So it'll be late night after the sun sets, really. And then after about 11 p.m. towards midnight, there may be a lingering shower, a lingering storm, but most of that clears east towards Houston, and then we're nice and comfortable in the 50s and 60s with breezy northwest winds early Tuesday morning. Now, rainfall, it's all going to vary vastly depending on where you're at, because depending on where these storms set up and drop rain, if you are lucky enough to be under one of these heavy downpours, it's possible you pick up an additional inch of rain, inch and a quarter, inch and a half in some of these large thunderstorms that's expected to form later on tonight, 7, 8, 9, 10 p.m. this evening. Now, this is just a forecast model, so the swath of rain that's depicted on this particular map can be anywhere farther south of San Antonio. It can be anywhere farther north. Again, it just depends on where exactly these storms set up and move farther east, crossing I-35 and I-10. But notice, I mean, this is putting on average 100th to a 10th of an inch on most areas around the region. But localized areas between Hondo, Bernie, San Antonio, San Marcos, Kerrville, Austin, there will be a few areas that pick up a half an inch to an inch of rainfall in some of these heavy thunderstorms that form later on tonight through pre-dawn Tuesday morning. Here's your 7-day forecast. Today, 88 degrees, very humid, a little breezy, gusts near 15 to 20 miles an hour. Tonight, again, after 5, 6 p.m., that's when the 60% chance at rain really starts to crank up. Scattered thunderstorms will form after 6 p.m. Temperatures will fall back into the 80s, or at least lower 80s. Tuesday, mornings will be chilly. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right around 50, if not around the upper 40s. 79 Saturday, next chance at rain arrives on Sunday toward the back half of the weekend. And again, that may cross over into April 8th, which would be the day of the eclipse. Let's hope not. But of course, that's always a possibility, especially in the springtime. It's so humid, it's so warm, and that typically brings more cloud cover from the Gulf of Mexico. All right, so again, tonight, guys, be careful, drive safely, make sure you're home at a decent time, just because around 7, 8 o'clock, I think that's when storms will start to be moving into San Antonio. Mostly scattered activity. It's not going to be widespread. It's not 100%, but it's 60% coverage on scattered thunderstorms between about 6 p.m. and midnight tonight. After that, skies clear. Most of this week, comfortable in the 70s, near 77 on Thursday, 80 on Friday, and again, clouds thicken up by Saturday and Sunday, with a chance at rain Sunday and into next Monday. We'll see how that plays out. All right, that's the forecast. We'll leave it on here for a little longer, guys. Again, some severe weather possible tonight. Hail will be the main threat. Right now, some of the models are depicting up to about quarter-size hail, if not near golf ball-size hail. That's about 1.75 inches in diameter, maybe near 2 inches in diameter. It's not going to be everywhere, but in some of these localized thunderstorms, hail will be possible. So plan accordingly. Bring anything indoors that's in the front or backyard, any loose lawn items that you don't want to be blown away, just because it can get gusty with some of these storms. And then, of course, park your car in the garage if you can tonight, just because hail is a possibility. It's not a probability, but it is possible we get some pretty good hail tonight between about 6 p.m. and midnight this evening for the first day of April. Of course, it is that time of year. April and May is severe weather season. So stay weather aware, and we have more information on kens5.com if you need more information.